have enough yarn for this. This is all that I have left. I don't know. He's turning out way bigger than I thought. This may be a disaster. Hi there, I'm Sage and welcome to Sage Does Crafts. Today we've got a very exciting video. I purchased a couple crochet kits off of SHEIN. We've got 3 kits. We are not going to be doing them all in this video. We're going to be saving this big one for last. But these 2 little ones cost me, I think, about $3 to $4 per kit. So we are going to be testing one of these out today and seeing if these kits are even worth the $3 to $4 price range. Because I'm going to be honest, I am a little scared. I know what these are, and I would show you the front of this one, but it would spoil what they are. I know what these are, but I'm not going to tell you guys what these are. You're going to have to guess partway through the video. So I think we'll start with this one. This one I'm very excited for, but this will be for next video. So let's move to the table, get this opened up, and see what we're working with. Okay, here is a closer look at the kit. Not really a lot to go off of here, but let's get this opened up. Okay, that's everything. And these kits are advertised that they should have everything that you need. Well, right away we can see that this hook is bent. So that's nice. Had to hide the instructions because they did show a picture, and I would like this to be a guess to see. But we've got the tiniest little portions of yarn here, and then we've got these 2 tiny little skeins. They're actually really soft. I'm actually very surprised about that. These are softer than a lot of the other yarn that I work with. Let's get this out. Oh, these are the same. These are very nice. Actually, I'm really impressed with the quality of this yarn. I wonder if it's going to split a lot, but we will see. So we've got this packet here. So there are videos that come with these, that are advertised to come with these. I am not going to be scanning any QR code or anything to watch the video because I am scared of what could potentially happen. But we have a 3mm crochet hook here that is obviously bent, just like that. It's fixed. Ta-da! Okay. We've got a little baggie here. I'm assuming these are eyes. Yeah, we've got 3 pairs of eyes, a little bit of a glue stick, some cute stitch markers, and a disgusting plastic needle. These stitch markers are cute. And we have some vacuum sealed stuffing. Based on like the amount of yarn that they gave me, I'm thinking this is going to be probably a really tiny project. So hopefully this is enough stuffing, but we will see. And then let's see, it comes with this packet. Oh, that's nice. They show you some techniques. This is not the pattern packet. This is just, I suppose, teaching you how to crochet, because this does advertise itself as a beginner kit. There's a code there, but I'm not going to show you guys that because I don't think that's fair to show code for this. But this is actually nice. So if you are a beginner, this does seem to teach you how to do basic stitches, how to decrease, increase. We do have, I'm not going to show it to you, but it does come with a sheet of paper that has our instructions on it. Just for the sake of it, I'm not going to show you any of that because I don't want to give away the pattern. Let's see, we'll get started here. So I will already say the instructions are a little bit odd. Just the way that they're worded, I think, says that they were not written in English first. So things are written a little weird. Okay, so we have our beginnings done. Like I said, I was having a little bit of issue with the very beginning of the body part with the pattern, just because it's like worded really weirdly. So without giving too much away, it wanted me to put 8 stitches into what I'm assuming is a ring. It ends with 16 stitches, so I'm assuming you would, go from 8 to 16 increase in every stitch. But for some reason it says the second to last needle is hooked upside down for 6 single crochet, increase, 6 single crochet, increase. But it ends in 16 stitches and goes from 8 to 16. So I don't know, I don't do patterns a lot. I typically just make up stuff on my own. So this could totally just be me not being experienced. But needless to say, I was confused at that, but I'm assuming since it ends in 16 stitches that it's just increase all the way around, so. But other than that, so far I haven't had an issue with the yarn frame, but it does look like that might become a problem. But so far it hasn't given me a trouble, but I did just start. So we are gonna be moving back to the bed and continuing to work on this. Also, another side note, these instructions do not tell you what color to start with at all. I am assuming the color, since this is the body and it comes with the most of this color, that's what it's supposed to be. But it nowhere says that that's what it's supposed to be. So, let's keep going. Okay, we've got our second round done. And another thing that I'm gonna note is that I thought that it was nice that it came with stitch markers, but what I've noticed is that the stitch marker, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it doesn't go all the way up. It doesn't clasp or open and close very easily. It's hanging on by a thread, if you can see that. Barely hanging on there. So that is a little disappointing because I thought the color was really cute. Other than that, the yarn hasn't been fraying. It's really soft. I will say, just because this is very thin yarn and also a 3mm crochet hook, it is just a little bit difficult for me to work with since I'm typically used to working with like number 4 yarn, and I don't think this is, I think it would be a lie to say that this is number 4 if they're advertising it as such. But yeah, I'm just not used to working this small, so it's a little bit difficult for me to get used to. And you can probably see the gaps in my stitching because I'm not used to this small of yarn and this small of hook. So that's just me though. That's my problem, not the kit's problem. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, so I did encounter a little bit of a weird issue with the pattern. I think I figured it out, and this is what we've got so far. But the wording of this pattern is just really weird. So I had to like do the math to figure out how many increases they wanted, what meant it was an increase, and yeah, like just for an example, like it'd tell me to like single crochet 3 parentheses same needle hook 3 single crochet parentheses, which I found out to be increase with 3 single crochets in the increase instead of 2. Yeah, it was weird. I think I figured it out though. So I think this is forming the cheeks. So we're gonna keep going. The yarn is fraying a little bit. Not nearly as bad as I thought that it would. but yeah, you can see that it's just unwinding a bit, but I mean, with how cheap this kit is, that's kind of to be expected. I'm gonna keep working on this and we'll be back. I've been continuing to work, and it's right now it's looking really weird. I don't think anybody could guess what this is gonna be right now. We'll give you a hint. These are not butt cheeks, even though they really kind of do look like butt cheeks or something. That's the face. That's your hint. So I've got 2 rows of single crochet here. One thing that I will mention is, like, not only the yarn is splitting, but the pattern is weird. So, like, not only are things written weird, but things are just written wrong as well, which is what I was expecting. It's a $4 crochet kit. Of course, things are just not gonna work out. Yeah, I don't know. Things are just a little bit wonky. The way it's written is odd, but so far, not so bad. This is how much yarn I have of one of the skeins left. I've still got another tiny little baby one, so I've still got quite a bit left to do. So I'm gonna keep working. I might have to pick this up tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Oh, also a side note, so they gave me 2 little stitch markers, and I was telling you how the first one was not working. The second one's much longer. You can see that it actually hooks properly, so I switched to that one. So thankfully they sent 2 and I didn't just get a crappy one, so I'm happy about that. That other one is garbage though, unfortunately. Here's what we have. This is the top, I believe. Oh, it just looks so much like a butt right now. But, no pun intended, we are going to continue working on this, and we'll be back once I think I have either most of it done or, I don't know, a good portion of it done. So, we'll be back. Okay guys, it is the next day or a couple days later, and we have the body mostly done. It needs to get stuffed now before I finish closing it up. I am really hoping that the shaping looks better. I'm sure some of you at this point have guesses as to what it is, but I will leave that for the end. So let's move to the table and see if they gave us enough stuffing for this, because that tiny bag does not look like it has enough in it, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, also, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough yarn for this. This is all that I have left. I just don't think there's gonna be enough. I still have to make 4 arms, well, not 4 arms, 2 arms and 2 legs with this. And I don't know, he's turning out way bigger than I thought. So we'll have to see. And I still haven't even finished him up. And this is how much yarn we have left. This may be a disaster. So we'll see. Okay, here we are at the desk with our tiny amount of stuffing that I hope turns into this voluminous mass of stuffing, but I am skeptical. Oh boy, that is not a lot. Okay, well, at least it looks bigger now. This is actually really soft stuffing, but like I said, this is certainly not going to be enough. So, also, the instructions do not tell you when to stuff. So, I'm assuming that most things are just, you know, go on your own. Maybe the video has more detail, but like I said, I am too scared to check that link. Okay, so I'm trying to break it up now to see if we've got a bit more. And it looks a little better, but I think I'm just gonna have to end up using some of my own stuffing to get this to work. This is not enough. Especially because I like to pack my projects tightly, especially when it comes to amigurumi. Okay, well, there's all of our stuffing. Yep, perfectly stuffed, no gaps. Just perfection. So I'm gonna be back with my own stuffing, and we are going to properly stuff this little guy. So that is incredibly disappointing that there was not nearly enough stuffing. So I don't know if maybe my bag got like underfilled, but even if it was filled up all the way, I still don't think it would be enough. So yeah, that's disappointing. But we'll be right back with more stuffing. Okay, and like that, we've got more stuffing. I don't think I'm going to use all of it, but this is how much they should have sent me. Hopefully, you guys can start to formulate guesses as to what this could possibly be. Okay, that's actually pretty cute. I have needed to use a lot more stuffing than they gave me though, so definitely 0 points on the stuffing. It was nice and soft though, but it's no use to have soft stuffing if there simply is not enough stuffing. Okay, I think that that's pretty good. There we go. I think that should be enough stuffing for our little guy. This is how much of my stuffing I have left. So I actually used quite a good bit of it. Let's get this little guy closed up and then we can finish shaping him. Okay, there is his little body. Let's try and rough him up a little bit. The body is looking pretty good. I probably could have stuffed him a little bit more. But here is our body. You guys probably already have some guesses as to what he is, but I will save that for a little bit later, right for the big reveal. We are gonna switch to working on his arms and legs and praying to the SHEIN gods that they actually gave me enough yarn to work with and didn't gyp me like they did with the stuffing. But we'll see. So let's move back to the bed. Also, as I'm looking at this pattern again, there's something that I didn't even realize was a thing. You're apparently not working in the round. You're working... I can't quite remember the words for it, but you're essentially chaining one and like slip stitching into it. So it's not like a continuous round. It's those rows that you're supposed to be doing, which I absolutely hate. I think it's absolutely hideous, and thank God that I did not read that little red blurb down here. Thank God I didn't read that, because there's no way I was gonna do that. I absolutely hate that. I don't understand how people, one, can do that, and two, can stand it. Ugh, I hate the way that it looks too. And also, another thing is I'm about to start working on the hands, and nowhere else in this pattern does it tell you what color to use except on the hands. It tells you to start in the pink, and then it just says color change at a certain round. It doesn't tell you what color to change to. I think it just assumes that it's obvious that this is the body color because there's more yarn for it. I think you're just supposed to go off the picture. But let's get started on those arms. Tiny side note, these are the beginnings of the arms. These were a nightmare to flip inside out. So, thank goodness they're done. So we have a problem. That's all of... This is all the string that I have left of this tan color. I am supposed to be able to make 2 little thighs that I'll then later attach feet to. So I'm not even gonna attempt it because like I don't have nearly enough yarn for it, which is really disappointing. I wasn't expecting much from a SHEIN kit, and I have to say not being able to finish the project itself was not something that I thought of. I was hoping that there would have been enough yarn. And now my cat is trying to steal the arms. But they, of course, did give me an overabundance of this pink yarn for the feet that are absolutely tiny. So, my plan is to be able to finish him, just attach the arms and make the little feet, and then just have them sticking out of the blob that is his body. And maybe I can make the ears and the tail out of this tiny little scrap. I'm going to focus on the ears first. Actually, maybe I could give him little pink ears. We'll see what we do. But for now, I'm going to focus on sewing on the arms, and we'll show you what that looks like when we're done. Also, I am not using the needle that they gave me. I'm going to be using my own needle that is metal. So, oopsie, don't care. This is how much yarn I have left after sewing on the arms. So, I don't know. I think I should maybe make the tail, because I should have enough for the tail, but I don't think that I'll have enough for the ears. So I think that with this abundance of pink yarn, I can make the ears. I don't think they're supposed to be pink. Yeah, they're definitely not supposed to be pink, but I don't have enough yarn, and pink is the only thing that would kind of match here. So, yay! Here are his little arms! Okay, they're all grubby together. So hopefully you guys at this point know what this is, or have a good guess. So, give you guys one last little chance to guess before I reveal what he's supposed to be. Okay, 3, 2, 1. It's a hamster! He's supposed to be a little hamster with big old little cheeks. And later we're gonna make a little almond for him to be holding. So, we're gonna make his legs, his ears, and then put them on, and we'll be back when he's all done. After the tail, this is all we have left. And I'm thinking it's not part of the pattern. I think I might give him butt cheeks. I think I'm gonna give him butt cheeks. He's got the world's tiniest butt. It's so sad. It's such a sad little butt. So I think I finished the first ear, but the instructions are worded so weirdly that I don't think I did it right. Like, let me read this. So it just says ring, 3 chain. The second to last needle begins to hook backwards for 2 single crochet. In the same needle hook for 3 single crochet, 2 single crochet. I don't know if I just don't have enough experience with patterns, but that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because why would you make a ring and then chain 3? So, how many stitches do you put in the ring? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And so instead, I just made my own little ear. We'll see if it works. I mean, the ears look pretty simple in the photo. So, at this point, we're just doing our own thing, because these instructions are not helping. I actually love him. Look at him! Oh, he's so fat! The seed was actually really difficult for me to make. I just could not get the lines to like line up properly. But now that he's done, I love him. His ugly tiny butt. The pink ears worked out so well. They look so cute. Also, for the legs, I did not do what the instructions called for because it would have been way too small because there were no thighs. So I just kind of made up what I was doing and then attached them to the very side. And I love him. He's so ugly. I also did not use the eyes that came with it because if I have to pull out a glue gun for this, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not doing it. I will not do it, but oh, I got little safety eyes and I just glued them with like tacky glue in there. So, I love him. This, I don't think, was a complete fail. Does it suck that I didn't have enough yarn for the thighs? Absolutely, but all in all, I love him. This little, it's actually a melon seed, not an almond, but his little seed. Okay, so in conclusion, with these SHEIN do-it-yourself crochet kits, they are advertised as a beginner kit. This would be a nightmare for any beginner. Oh, I cannot even imagine that this was your first introduction to crochet and how to crochet. I would never in a million years recommend this to a beginner. The yarn is a nightmare. There wasn't enough yarn. The instructions were just not clear, and this is someone I've been crocheting since I was 8. I've been crocheting for almost 2 decades, and I was having so much trouble with the instructions. The one thing I can say is, he is adorable. He is absolutely adorable. So for me, this was worth it because I got this fat little hamster that's just gorging himself. I love him. I love him so much. He's so ugly. But yeah, I do not know who this kit was made for because it certainly was not made for a beginner. But all in all, I would not say that it's the best crochet kit ever, obviously. If you don't have enough yarn, that is a pretty big damper for a project. But the end result for me was just so cute. He's so cute. Yeah, so I don't know who I would recommend this for because it's not for a beginner. And it's not even worth it really for someone who knows what they're doing because there's a chance that you won't have enough yarn, and the yarn is just so difficult to work with. The only thing that I would say that's like really a positive for this is that it's just a cute pattern. And even then, you can't really read the pattern very well. So, I don't know. It's definitely way more than I expected from a SHEIN crochet kit. And I will say the crochet hook is definitely a win. Even though it came bent, I bent it back really easy and it hasn't given me any problems. The only issue I've had is that it's a small crochet hook. And you can't really do anything about it. All in all, I would probably rate this crochet kit, I don't know, maybe a 4 out of 10, because it's definitely not horrible. I spent $4 on this. $4 to get this, and I'd yeah, it didn't have enough yarn, and yeah, it was kind of crappy, but I now have a pretty cute pattern for this ugly little guy. And I don't know, for me it wasn't that bad. I would probably say for other people maybe it was like a 2 or a 3 out of 10. But for me, I did actually have a good time with this. It went pretty quick. If you were a beginner though, don't do it. Don't. So I'm actually going to be making this little guy again, but out of different yarn. Actually going to get a full idea of what he should have looked like with his little thighs and everything. It's just so cute! Ugh. This is editing Sage, and we finally finished the other hamster. Look at him. He is massive. Let me go grab the other one just for size comparison. These are the two next to each other. I am naming this tan one Chungus, obviously. But this little guy is so small in comparison to what number 4 yarn looks like. I chose to make him an all solid color just because I thought that's what would look best. Look at how rotund he is. I gave him a butt as well. He's so big. I love him. So this pattern was definitely worth it to me. It was like a $4 crochet kit, which really was a $4 pattern. Now that I have this pattern figured out, I am going to be making these little guys to sell. He's just so cute. Look at his fat little face. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far into the video, please consider liking and subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Let me know down in the description what you'd like to see me make next. Thanks for watching. Bye!